it's a lot of people giving a very good word on TikTok. And I think deeper than just getting super spiritual, I think people should take into consideration the basics. Just how about being just a decent person? There's godliness in that, learning timing. Maybe when it's a good time to talk to somebody versus when it's a bad time. Not being difficult when you're doing business with them. Having a little compassion, a little bit of understanding. I think that we're in an epidemic in this country of just overall ignorance. And it's hard to even watch the election. It's hard for people like me who work very hard to look at this. I need less ego, more leadership. I think that people are lacking decent qualities. Love your brother as you love yourself. Everything is me, I don't care, hate. I mean, just like in Chicago in the past month, there's like, I don't know how many shootings and killings. Young men killing each other over nothing. In the grand scheme of things, when you get behind the bars and you've lost your rights, and now you're begging to the court for your freedom, and yet you are fighting over very minor, trivial things. And it's like we're living like animals in this country. I mean, the character, the integrity. It's hard to eat at places because people leave old food out. They cook old food. They want to save every dollar they can. They don't. I was in a breakfast place the other day, and the lady, I just desired a waffle, and they pulled out the waffle out of a refrigerator. It wasn't covered. The batter wasn't covered. The refrigerator was about 10 years old. It was on the ground, and it just like totally ruined my breakfast. And it just wasn't. It was not sanitary. At the very least, it should have been covered and you unwrap it. But I mean, in a kitchen, we know there's insects at night. No matter how clean it is, everything has to be covered up. When stuff is old, you throw it out. You go to the grocery store today, and you really have to read the expiration dates, because a lot of times the things that go on sale are already expired or they're about to expire. And it goes back to character and integrity. Now, if it's a business struggling and fighting to stay alive, that's different. But I'm just talking in generality about our character as a people in this country. It just seems like everybody, not everybody, but just so many people have fallen accustomed to doing things that they wouldn't do to their own self, their own brother. I got real angry earlier. I videotaped it. I worked all day. I wanted to go to the car wash and just vacuum out my car, my trunk. And, I had a lot of my stuff in there, and I just wanted to vacuum. And as soon as I got there, they shut it down 15 minutes early after I got started. And it was me and 3 other people using the vacuums. It's like these little behaviors that the younger people, and we're getting what we're getting. It's a product of everybody gets first place, everybody wins, everybody's a winner. It's also a part of parents not really caring about their kids in the special times, Christmas, Easter, school clothes, birthdays. you know, giving that child a sense of specialness and love to carry on in life. Many parents don't even buy their kids anything. They say, well, we don't celebrate Christmas. No, what you're saying is you're stingy and you're selfish and you're not willing to sacrifice for 2 to 3 months before Christmas to buy your kids gifts because you're all wrapped up in yourself, and make the holiday of Jesus dying for our sins a special time. You know, it just goes on and on and on. All the things that this country used to represent. And we're not passing the baton properly to the foreigners. We should not be afraid of foreigners coming here. Our behavior should infect their behavior. It should become part of them. They should see the way Americans live and the kindness and the generosity and the character. You know, it used to be if you had money, you showed that you had money. You know, if somebody was powerful, they showed their power. Now you have people who are powerful, they don't want to spend any money. You know, they want every last dime out of everything. Instead of saying, well, you know, I'll just donate that, or I'll give it to somebody I know, or I'll give a vehicle I know to somebody. We're not passing the baton of good character in this country. We've become a rotten people. It's hard to talk to anybody. If you talk to anybody, you could sense they're judging you, or you could sense they're trying to draw a picture, or they'll even get angry or jealous because you're in a good mood or you're trying to be positive. We're just a nasty people in this country. And I'm not talking about everybody as a whole. I'm just saying that too often it's impossible almost now to go throughout a day. There's a coffee shop I've been frequenting for a little while. One of the coffee shops I go to. There's 3 I frequent, I like. But one is just always very snooty. And there's always, it just has an uncomfortable vibe. And I think that people are carrying these spirits of hate and pride and bigotry and just evil thoughts and all these perverted things. And it just spews out of the way they look at you, the way they... I mean, I even had a deaf woman come up to me today. And she was asking for money. So I gave her $1 and change. And even as a deaf lady, she just kind of looked at the change and she gave some weird, crazy look like, that's all you're giving? She was deaf, but I totally understood what she was saying. And I would have gave her more, but she's like the 29th person in the last 5 days. So it's like, I didn't want to walk away saying, hey, I didn't give the deaf lady or the hearing impaired lady any money at all. I wanted to give her something just out of virtue and just decency. But she got an attitude. We've got to do better. We cannot rely on the leaders. We cannot rely on we individually and collectively individually. We have to come together in our own personal way and just try to be better people. I really think it's going to be a sad day. There's a lot of spirits floating around more than usual. A lot of them are inflicting people. A lot of them are inflicting people with all kinds of different things. So this is a time where we have to pray. We have to keep a clean spirit. Keep this stuff up off of us. Because it's toxic and it's ugly at the end of the day.